Hey, I'm Malaysia, better known as Islay Fendi. I'm 27 years old, and I was diagnosed with a mental illness called psychoschizoaffective disorder. So we're gonna get into questioning today, guys. On TikTok, I call it "Lee needs a lobotomy," but I'm gonna get real serious today, and I'm going to answer some of your questions. So stick with me. I'm gonna leave the people who asked the questions anonymous. So these are all just questions that were DM'd to me, emailed to me, etc. First question is, do you think smoking helps or not? So, I have retained my medical marijuana card a couple years back, and I still got in trouble with the law when I had it. And that's a backstory in itself. If you want to know the backstory with that, leave a comment down below, and I'll give you the backstory on how I got arrested with a medical marijuana card. Yeah. Definitely does help. Sativa, indica, and hybrids, those are very important things to know when it comes to, like, me and my condition. Because I can have a indica to help me go to sleep. I can have a sativa to help me stay awake. Or I can have a hybrid just to get me through the day. You feel me? So, let's see. Has smoking triggered an episode? No. Alcohol has. So, that's very major. Alcohol has definitely triggered me because of its impairing state altogether. So being impaired and then having a mental breakdown does not go well together. Do I take medication? Yes, I do. So currently I am on Zoloft, Lamictal, and Risperidol. It's definitely a lot better than what I've been on in the past. If you want to know what I've been on in the past, let me know and I'll make a separate video about that. Comment down below and also like and etc. Whatever it is that y'all want to do. How do I help someone getting through the same thing? Are there any tips? You just gotta listen to them. Whether they're in their manic state or in their calm state, you just gotta listen and try to understand where they're coming from because they're not themselves at that moment. It's extremely difficult to try to fight your own demons and then at the same time helping somebody else fight theirs. So just definitely. What are my symptoms? Jeez. I get very, very irritable. I become frustrated to the point of I become angry. I have a lot of trauma via relationships and friendships, TBI, brain concussions, or you know what I mean. I had a concussion one time, so it was some wild shit. I have anxiety, so I shake a lot. My medication helps me with that. I be hallucinating sometimes, so I'll hear my voice. I mean, not my voice. I'll hear my name. I'll hear always somebody calling my name or saying, I'm gonna hurt you. Everything's not gonna be okay. Stop thinking, like, just the opposite of just pessimist. Or did I say that right? I don't think so. Whatever. There is zero optimism, basically. Like, there is nothing happy that's being said. It's always, oh, you look fat. You're everybody doesn't like you. You should need to unalive yourself. This person is making you feel this way. But sometimes it could actually be happening, or somebody could be gaslighting me and I'll never know because they know my condition. But yeah. But something else is that, like, I guess my voice will change or my demeanor will change back and forth between my personalities, depending on how I feel at that moment. So basically my body will let me know via hot or cold flashes what's going on. Nightmares. That was a good question. What are my symptoms? What is the labeled disorder name? So it's dissociative identity disorder, manic and depressive bipolar disorder 2, which all combines into psychoschizoaffective disorder. And that is because I do have hallucinations as well. Do I have seizures? I used to, and mine were very odd. They were not your regular seizures. I remember walking home from high school one day. I was fighting with my daughter's father, dad, sperm donor, whatever. And I just kept looking up. I was like this. I just kept looking up. I could not look down. My eyes could not look down for shit. And I found myself switching out a little bit because, like, the questions were a little triggering. But, you know, it was expected. It was very much expected. Yeah, I'm good. Next one. How do I handle jobs? Not so well, honestly. I would have a lot on my resume. I try to choose jobs that I don't have to interact with people as much, hence why I am a night entertainer. Sounds odd, but without the professional standpoint, like, against jobs, not against, the professional standpoint with jobs, it's just how people talk to you, how people treat you in the workplace, under certain oaths and promises, and it was landing me in a bad position where I was cursing people out left and right. Even, like, yeah. Do I have any outlets? I smoke weed. I draw. I paint. I make music. I like dancing. So on top of me being a night entertainer, I've been doing choreography for 15 years approximately. I had a dance scholarship. I just never went because I ended up pregnant. I was in an abusive relationship. Yeah. So, I also have a therapist. That was another question, so I just answered that one. I do have a therapist that I see weekly. And I do see a psychiatrist that I see every 2 months or so to do medication management. How do psychedelics affect you? I have had some insight when I was doing shrooms. Things felt a lot lighter. I remember one time dropping acid. I did not have a good trip, but that was the only time. And if you want to hear about that weird ass story, let me know. I'll tell it to you. It was kind of funny, but kind of heartbreaking. But yeah, I'll tell that to you. So I would love to trip again, but I'm in a better mindset very time soon, so I could be, like, happy around friends and, like, I could be safe. So waiting to see. Now, the next question was, does alcohol affect me? I did answer that in the first video. So you can look back and you can get that answer. Has anybody helped me with my brain trauma? Yeah, I've had my psychiatrist and my psychologist help. I have never been to a neurologist yet. I'm hoping to go soon because with my TBI, it's been really rough. Actually, over the weekend, I just hit my head in the pool on some, yeah. It was my daughter's birthday. It was a lot. But I have, like, sensitivity here. I have a scratch right here, and it just goes, like, straight across. Almost knocked myself motherfucker out. But, yeah. I need to see a neurologist, for my brain loss. Not brain loss. You see, for my skips, basically, and my short-term memory, long-term memory, just see where everything is at and making sure that everything is all good up there, even though it's a little loose. Next question was, have I seen a neurologist? No, I have not, like I just said. What is hallucinating like? I definitely remember explaining that earlier. So you could look back, and if you want a deeper insight, or I could actually give you a video of me in a raw state, one of these days, I will try to do that if I remember to do that. How do you feel about going to the hospital? I have a story within that just happened like last night, the night before. I was very triggered, and I haven't spazzed out in months. And I was like going through my motions, not necessarily pleading for help, but like I needed to go to the hospital. I felt as though I wanted to, get sent away for a little bit. But then the police came to my door. That triggered me more, and I was like, nah, I'm not going nowhere. Fuck y'all. Because then I had a PTSD moment of when I got arrested, and then if y'all want that story, let me know. Comment below. Medical versus spiritual. That's deep. I'm always for spiritual because medical is not always promised, and people are fighting the science between it. I would like to see an equality in the medical and spiritual world, but it's going to take some time. I will explain that more also.